Hi, this is Suzanne Eaglin, and I'm with my good friend Connie Bivens. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, All Things Hallmark. It has been a few weeks. We apologize, and we're just really excited. Connie, are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited. There's just a lot of things going on. I've had an opportunity in the last couple of weeks. My niece from California is here. And then my other niece that lives nearby, she was on spring break. She was here. And of course, you know, I have my beautiful grandbaby that's always with me. And I have the new grandbaby that we told you about not too long ago. So Suzanne, life has been happening. So I apologize to all of our Hallmark fans and followers. It's been a couple of busy weeks, but we are back.
We're back. And then on my end, for one, I can't do anything without my partner. And two, it's just been a lot, like you said, it's just been a lot going on. And I guess if I was to be honest, as happy and cheery as I am, I've been experiencing some life things that has just caused me to be emotionally exhausted. Just making sure, trying to keep myself balanced so I don't fall into any type of depression or type of sadness. Just trying to stay upbeat and positive. And so, I'm so grateful I got to watch these two good movies because they encouraged me to keep hoping and staying focused. And so I'm grateful that I had some things to do that would keep my mind happy and regulated and focused.
Absolutely. I think, Suzanne, that's one of the reasons we love Hallmark so much. I mean, you know, in a sense, it gives us an opportunity to escape from whatever it is that we're experiencing. But in the midst of the so-called escape, we're also learning more life lessons to help us that when things do come upon us, we can actually, you know, we've got a takeaway. We've got something that we could at least reflect back on. You know, again, it is fiction, so to speak, but a lot of the things that we see in these Hallmark movies and we take away from the movie, they definitely are life lessons, and they're definitely things that we will have heard about others experiencing. So yeah, that's part of what Hallmark is about for us. I know people probably want to judge us for watching Hallmark all the time, but I get a lot out of it. And some of this good behavior and niceness that you all receive from me is a direct result of me learning a little something from Hallmark. So don't y'all be messing with Hallmark. I'm just saying.
I agree. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you do not miss what is happening over here. You get a little insight about our lives, and then we get to share the Hallmark movie with you. So we have two movies we're going to go ahead and catch up. The first one is Love to the Rescue, which was so adorable. That was an adorable movie.
Well, you know, Suzanne, and you know me, I'm not big on the dog life, the pet life. You know, I got my famous little saying.
For shame.
Yeah, I know. But you know me, I'm like, you're not gonna one day grow up and get a job and bring something into the family. As far as income is concerned, I don't know if I'm gonna be feeding you on a regular.
And Hallmark friends, I'm just the opposite. I'm in my backyard right now watching my dogs walk around me because I have always grown up with dogs. I've always loved dogs, and I made sure that my family still has a dog now. Two dogs.
Suzanne, and maybe, you know, I'm the first one to talk about how we allow life's past experiences to influence our future. And growing up, I had a dog named Duke. He was Beagle and Dash Hound, and we loved that dog. And yeah, Duke was with us for a long time. And I remember one time Duke straying off, and oh my goodness, when I tell you, Suzanne, my sister was like, "Has anybody seen my dog?" And we were out there looking for that dog because, I mean, we were just devastated. And we did. He finally found his way to one of our friends' homes, which was really far from our house, but for whatever reason. And Duke came back. And since Duke, I think I've had one or two dogs, but never really got real attached to him like we did Duke. And so, yeah, maybe I'm letting my past dictate my future. But
life lesson.
I still enjoyed this movie, you know. I just watching how these two young people just fell in love with the dog, and in the movie, the caretaker, the lady that was caring for the dogs, that was part of the adoption process, she said that the dog fell in love with them twice. She said, this dog, we've been waiting for someone to fall in love with this dog, and he fell in love twice today. So I thought that was really cute. So even though I
Very,
don't
very
have a
cute.
dog of my own, it definitely was a very cute movie, and there were definitely some takeaways from it.
Well, let's tell the people the characters' names. So we have Kate and Eric. Both are single parents. Both have beautiful school. Let's see, they were elementary school students. And we find out later, I'm positive, one, which was Eric, Eric's wife passed away. And then Kate's husband, she's just divorced. And so they have these two children. And on the same day, they both wake up and like, we want to adopt an animal. We want a pet. So that's how the movie begins. And they go to probably an adoption pet agency, because it's always good to adopt a dog. You don't have to buy a brand new dog. There's so many dogs that are out there that need to be loved.
Well, this was, it was a PTA fundraiser. Remember, Eric and his PTA team had done this as like a not a fundraiser, but a community activity. So so Eric, I don't know that Eric was necessarily going to adopt a dog, but he definitely was sponsoring this adoption process. And Kate, her daughter, had done a beautiful, PowerPoint presentation on why they needed a dog. And so, yeah, it was just kind of cute how they end up in the same place and falling in love with the same pet.
So they go to adopt. They both fall in love with the same animal, and obviously one of them needs to make a decision. And so the worker for the animal said, hey, why don't you guys take this dog home and give it a try for 30 days? And so there it is. This animal is being loved on by not one family, but two families. And now they're sharing their time together, trying to coordinate what's best for the children, what's best for the animal. And love is just all in the air. So it's so cute that not just the dog fell in love, but this is a movie where they look up and they're falling in love with one another. And so the characters are completely different. Kate is a free-spirited woman, and she just has this, amazing personality, but is not real structured like Eric. Eric, on the other hand, is very organized, very dot your I's, cross your T's. Let's make sure everything is polished. And so you have these two opposites, which is attracting to one another. What's your view?
She is think outside the box. Let's just have fun. She's a successful, animator?
Animator.
And so she's very successful, but definitely think outside the box. Whereas Eric is like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, And so at one point, they find themselves in a PTA meeting, and, he's trying to say, let's do this. We've been doing it like this. It ain't broke. And she's like, no, let's try this. Let's try this, And so, yeah. And not only, okay, do the children fall in love with the animal, the children build a relationship as well with one another. And so I thought that was kind of cute too. The fact that everybody was at whatever level they were, there was a relationship forming that brought some joy to the other person's life. Because, you and I can only imagine, I'm definitely not an only child. So, but I can't imagine, despite the fact that my siblings and I argue and have our little thing going on. We talking about 4 girls, I'm just saying. And so I can imagine this little girl. And remember, the little girl was just like Eric, the man. She was that A-type personality. And the little boy was, the superhero, think outside the box. I can leap tall buildings type, just like Caitlin. So it's funny that each one of their children was like the other person. But I, again, imagine growing up in the house by yourself, and this is you and your parent has to work. And just different little things, not having that person right there. So them sharing this dog not only gave them an opportunity to love on this dog, but it also gave them an opportunity to build a friendship with one another as children.
Yes. And so, and that was so cute. So that was definitely a life lesson. Both of them, to me, had an open heart and willingness. All four people, the two children, they enjoyed the bond that they were forming. So, make new friends, smile, be friendly, and you'll make a friend. That's a huge life lesson. Even as adults, we have to remember sometimes we're someplace and we don't recognize it, but we're sitting, and so we begin to almost pout because we're not really paying attention how we come across. But hey, you guys, one of the life lessons is smile, make yourself at least approachable and friendly so that you can be a friend. So that was a life lesson for me. We become friends when we are open to that. So that's pretty cool. Let's get into some more life lessons. What other life lessons did you pick up from this movie?
Well, the day comes when they've got to make a decision about the dog. And so, in making decisions about the dog, they're also making decisions about their relationships with one another, because, the thing that drew them together was the sharing of this dog. So, what's going to happen when he goes with one family or the other family, so watching the movie and knowing that eventually this decision is going to have to be made, I noticed that the children came up with quick plans on what should happen. They were like, from a childlike view, like, this is all we got to do to make this happen and make this work, they're just their minds, their childful minds. And so, but one of the things that I noticed with her is that, and I've shared this before, that I feel like sometimes as people, we sabotage our own happiness. We sabotage our own victory based on things that happened in the past. So when the time came to make the decision about the animal, about the dog, and then the kids came up with what they thought would work, instead of getting excited about it, she got really concerned about it. She was fearful about what could happen if things just didn't work out or whatever the case is, because the kids just wanted to become a big happy family. That was their solution. But it was obvious that there were some things from her past that were dictating her future. And so she really felt like pulling back was the key. And so I want to say that my life lesson from that point of view is that, come on, give life a try. Don't automatically assume that because I've had some crazy in my past that I'm going to have crazy in my future. Let's face it like the kids do and say, hey, this will work. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best solution, but we'll never know that if we're afraid to give it a try because it didn't work the last time, because like you said earlier, she was a divorcee. The cute part about that, though, and I'm going to let you talk about it, that the cute thing about it is that her and her ex were good friends.
Exactly. Her and her ex-husband were like best friends. And so let's just talk. That was my life lesson, or confirming me. So one, go purchase my new book. It's called Living Victoriously After Divorce. And that's actually the website, www.livingvictoriouslyafterdivorce. And divorce is one chapter of your life. And so the ultimate perfect thing that would happen after divorce is that you and your ex-spouse can have a working relationship. They shared a child together, and they were high school sweethearts, I believe, or had known each other for years and years and years. And he says to her, you've never had a grown-up relationship. So that's very interesting. You have an ex-husband saying you have never had a grown-up relationship. Lets you know that they had been friends and probably loved each other as little kids for so long. And then right after high school, they went ahead and got married. But one of the second life lessons is people grow. And sometimes people, when they're growing so young, they recognize you and I don't have enough things in common, or enough things that will keep us united as a family. And it's okay. And so he's her cheerleader. He's supportive of her and supportive of her having a new relationship, a healthy relationship, and to give him a try, to give love a try.
Yeah.
And that's always the perfect life lessons. Give love a try.
So Suzanne, you know, I'm grinning because, you know, I'm thinking about the child. And so many times, you don't know how many times I've heard it said, I don't want him bringing nobody, no woman around my child. And I don't want her bringing no man around my child. And, you know, that wasn't even the case here. This man was really encouraging his ex-wife to, and again, I know, don't y'all be throwing nothing at the television, at the computer or anything. We realize that this is a written script, but it's a good written script of how we really need to act when it comes to our children and divorce. Come on, folks. We're going to move on with life, and they deserve someone else that's going to love them just as much as you deserve. You want to go out there and get a new wife or a new husband or whatever the case is, but now all of a sudden this person that could bring love into your child's life because you feel in some kind of way. You talking about you don't want them around your child. And in this movie, I just thought it was great how he encouraged her to move on with her life and be happy. And he encouraged her and said, hey, we're raising her good. You know, we're both a part of her life. She's, you know, she's got great role models and all of that. So, you know, she's going to be good. She's going to bounce back, you know, whatever the case is. Even if something you don't stay together, she's going to bounce back because she has a community of folks that already love her and that are very present in her life. Well, can I say this? Suzanne, they're going to throw something at this screen in just a minute. But can I just say this? You don't have to worry about him bringing somebody around your child or her bringing somebody around your child if you're doing your part around your child. I'm just saying. So to me, just a great life lesson that if we're not already doing it, if we're already divorced and we see ourselves acting negatively in this particular type incident, that we're not willing to release the other person to let them go and move on with their life, and you're not moving on with your life. Come on, there's so much joy and peace that can come out of it. Why don't you give it a try? And definitely reach out to Suzanne and Living Victoriously After Divorce. Definitely a book that you want to read, and because we all got the friends that come and tell us about it, you know. And then you definitely want to read it if you happen to be divorced and maybe you're struggling with moving on. This definitely will bring some light to your life and some joy when you find out it's okay. It's okay to move on.
Well, I definitely enjoyed this movie, and you know, we want to talk about the life lessons, but we don't want to give it all away. We want you to go and watch this movie. It's one of the spring movies for Hallmark romance at this time. It's definitely a good movie. Don't want to give any more away. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this channel, subscribe to this channel so that you can catch up on everything that's going on with us and everything that we think and feel about this movie, and from life coach perspectives, be able to talk about the movie and pull out all the great values of it. Is there anything else you want to say, Connie?
Don't forget to watch the movie so you can find out who gets the dog.
Yes, that is a great way to end it. You guys have a great day. We're going to come right back and do the other video that we didn't do, so we will have the same clothes on. So just remember, it's not the same video. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a few minutes. Bye.